Vets and Bricks, Vets and Bricks.
We don't have no theme song. This is it, I guess.
Let's get the bricking.
Okay, everyone, this is Jay back for Vets and Bricks on my F1 AMG build.
All right, this is going to be a new one for us. We're doing a voiceover. So Jay, he recorded this probably a couple of months ago.
Yeah, around about August, the first week of August, I did this build.
So it was a couple of long time-lapse videos. So we wanted to go ahead and do a voiceover because we don't want you guys to miss some of these important steps that he's doing. But I will let Jay take over because this was his field. So yeah, just tell us, how did you feel getting it at first when you opened up that luxurious box?
Well, everyone, this is my first big build as far as Technics. I usually mainly deal with bricks. Technics is a part of Lego, but they're kind of different. And for all of us that know, Technics is like a different kind of monster. And this was a very daunting task because when I got the box, I'm like, oh, okay, well, this ain't nothing but, 1,700, 1,800 pieces. I was like, that's not a lot. I could just knock that out. I do that all the time. But this build was completely different. It had tons of moving parts, gears, levers, spinning part. It was pretty nuts. And the crazy thing about this build is that 90% of the pieces were black, and they really wasn't labeled with anything. So you had to just like count the spaces or count the dots to make sure you're putting everything in the right place. And Technics, you really can't freestyle with Technics. Technics is like a science, okay? Bricks, you can make mistakes, you can take out pieces, you can fill in pieces, you can go to your actual junk bin or your leftover part bin, the boneyard, you can pull stuff from there and fill in, just in case they see you set with missing parts. Technics doesn't work that way. Technics is exacting. Everything has to go according to exactly how the instructions tell you. If you don't, you can mess up the whole build. And the pieces are so small and minute. You pay attention to the video closely, it's a lot of small blue and black pieces and little black rolling pins. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, we saw this when we went to the Lego store one time, and they had all three on display, and it was just beautiful. And I remember Jay kind of geeked out when he saw them.
Yeah, I had a big plan for these. I was going to wait to get this, but I got this. I got this build, and I was like, you know what? This is going to be sick. I love F1 cars. I love F1 racing, but I had no idea it was going to be this big and of this magnitude. The engine had moving parts and actuated. The steering wheel had moving parts and actuated. Even the wheels actuated. So it was pretty nuts. And this, a lot of people don't know this, but this is the exact duplicate of an actual F1 car. The parts, the engine, how the actual springs and struts move. This is almost a complete. Even the drive fan. Look at the aerodynamics on that. It's a wonderful piece.
So how many, we measure our builds like days, but in actuality, I want to hear like how many days it took you to finish this build, but then how many hours do you think altogether the build took?
So this build took about 7 days, but I was spending like 3-4 hours a day almost on the build. It was that exacting. Normally, when you get something that's in between 1,500, 2,000 pieces, I could work on it an hour to a day and have it done in a week. This demanded a lot more time, and we're not going to get on the stickers. The stickers are not laser etched. I know I'm beating a dead horse. You guys hear me talk about this all the time about laser etched stickers. They're so much more better. It took me about 2.5 hours, 3 hours just to put all the stickers on there. The piece came with 3 bags, sorry, 3 pages of stickers. So 3 pages of stickers is a lot to put on a project. And you have to do the stickers perfectly, because if you don't, it's gonna look all lopsided, they're gonna crinkle up. So you have to take your time. You have to be careful with those stickers.
So even the Patronus, was that laser in or was that sticker?
Nope, the Patronus stickers, if you look closely, you can see the gap. It's a sticker.
Oh my
It is
goodness.
not laser etched. So that was a lot. I had to make sure that worked out. It was just this build. If I wasn't so excited about this build, I mean, you gotta have uber patience, right? But I will tell you this: the juice is worth the squeeze. The reward is outstanding. And if you pay attention closely, look at the size of this F1 car in comparison to the car in the background. I didn't purposely, intentionally do that, so you can see the contrast and compare. But you see that yellow Mercedes in the background? Look how small that is to the actual size of the F1 car. That's a lot. And look at the book. You see the book? Doesn't book look complicated? You see,
How many books came with it?
Oh, it was only one book.
Oh, it was only one?
Yeah. Look, you see where you guys saw the way I separated all the parts? That was, look at those small parts up in the upper left-hand corner. Just a lot. Even the brake pads. When we putting the front drive fins on, it's pretty nuts. And I made sure when I was doing this time lapse, I kept moving the car 360 degrees, panoramic around so you guys can see every angle of the car and see how I'm building it. So for all those who's gonna get this, definitely get it, but make sure you have the space. Space is important.
What are your plans? When are you gonna get the other 2? I think there's 3 now. I thought I saw a 3rd one.
There is, this is one of 3. I haven't seen the other one. They have a Ferrari one, and they have another one that I think is I don't know if it's a Lamborghini, but it's an Oracle one. I'm gonna pull those up, but there's actually like 3 different cars that you can get. This is the first of 3 that I'm gonna build. Other 2 are gonna be hey Blue, how you doing, Blue? The other 2 are gonna be, sorry for the interruption, the dogs. Peace dog had to come in and greet me, but the other 2 are awesome. The blue Oracle and the red Ferrari one. And I'm gonna build all 3 for you guys, and I'm gonna put them all on display. But to me, this one was the most coolest. So I'm gonna put this on the frame and actually put it up there and post it on top of one of my walls.
I want to see that video. It's gotta be a 2-person job.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a 2-person job because I still have to take the pieces of the frame and screw them on to the car, and then screw the car to the frame, and then mount it on the wall. I don't know what wall I want to put it on yet, but it's gonna be really, really cool. I guess we'll make that a whole other video. Maybe we'll make a video about, in future projects, they have a lot of smaller F1 cars, like 7 to 8 of them. I'm gonna buy all 8 of them and put them in one frame. They're real small, and that's gonna look real cool. Actually, that was T's idea. So I'm just stealing that from her. She was like, hey, instead of buying just one big one, you get those, but not all the small ones, display them all. So I was like, I think I'm gonna do that. They're all about like $21, $22 a piece. But this one is a little bit pricey. Right now, it's the sale price is like $208. You can find it on Amazon. If you don't want to wait for Amazon to deliver it to you, you can actually jump out and go to the nearest Lego store. So far, every little store I went to, they all had them available. So this is not hard to get, but I don't think they're gonna be around for long because it's kind of exclusive Race Champ stuff.
What are you building right now? Because I saw you, the entire car was displayed. So what exactly are you building right now in this frame?
So in this frame, this is like a transaxle piece. I think this video time-lapsed in the wrong spot because early in the video, we had the whole car and I was finishing it up, and for some reason it backtracked. But regardless of how it was going down, it's still a good way that you can see how I'm building this. Look at the gears, look how intricate it is. You see how the book, that's a really good visual of the book. Oh, that's the stickers I was talking about. See all those pages of stickers? I was wrong. There's actually like 3 or 4 pages of stickers. If you can see them in the upper right hand corner. That's damn stickers.
So would you classify this as like a beginner build, intermediate, expert? Like how would you classify it?
So everyone, I don't want to scare you away from this. If you want to be challenged, challenge yourself. But this is not a beginner's build. I've been bricking for a while. And I would say this is a kind of difficult build. Not too difficult to where you're gonna pull your hair out, but it's just at that point where you're like, oh, okay, this is hard. So don't try to attempt to do this in 2-3 days. This is an overtime project. I know I was supposed to get this video to you guys weeks ago, but you know, like I told you guys, we just like you guys, we got careers, we got jobs, and to edit, I think I had like, T, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I had like 19 videos of time lapse. And we had to scrunch that into 13, 14 minutes, including intros and outros, and that is a lot. So I would say this is a pretty difficult build. But I think anybody can do it. You just gotta take your time, you gotta have patience. If you notice closely, you see how I lay out the part? It's easy if you do it this way. If you just drop the part on the desk and start building it, it's gonna take you forever because you can't see the contrast in the part. It's all black. It's a few blues, a few gray, but it's all black. So you gotta take your time. This is a difficult build, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it, and you're gonna enjoy it so much. I didn't want to put it on display because after I built it, I wanted to play with it for a couple of weeks. And the cool thing about Technics, unlike Lego, some Technics cars, you can actually roll back and forth with an engine in them. You can pull them back and then you let them go and then they just run forward on their own. And some of them you just play with them as like they're regular cars. That's pretty cool. Lego, it depends on the build. You know, stuff will be breaking up, stuff will be falling apart. And Lego's not built for that kind of durability. But as far as this vehicle is very, very durable. You can actually take it outside and roll around on the concrete if you want. Things don't just break out of this because Technics is like different kinds of interlocking pieces. And they stay, it's pretty. And it got a little bit of weight on it. I want to say it's probably about 2.5 pounds, maybe almost 3 pounds. And I showed you guys the size of the wheels on the intro video. The wheels are ginormous, as we'll see towards the end of the build.
So how would you suggest someone who wanted to get into the speed chip series? Do you think that they would just, if you can afford it, of course, like buy one at a time, or just go ahead and hop all 4?
Okay, ballers, this is why ballers not working for. Oh, that's cool. You see the engine?
Nice.
Oh, do that. Look how big those tires are. Look at that. That's why I did it in front of the camera like that, so you guys can have some contrast and compare it for our side. But okay, this is kind of a sensitive topic. Now we're getting on money. All right. These builds are expensive. Okay. These big cars range from $280 to some $250. And that's just if you get the car. You're gonna want the display case, right? You know, just make them look cool in your man cave, on your lady cave. You want them to look real cool, right? So you want to get the car and most likely the actual display. You may want to start out with the small ones. They have the small ones that's like $36.
We are back and we are finished. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? This is the box. Ready? Boom! Look at that. Yes. Yes. It's sick. The build is complete. This was a fairly difficult build. A couple thousand pieces, but it is now done. On a time-lapse video, you will see everything I did to build it. The The engine kind of comes off, which is pretty cool. It rolls back and forth. See that? You know, you can take the top off. See that? Boom. Take the pop off. Watch the engine move back and forth. Boom. Look at that. Slow motion. Yeah, buddy. This is an awesome build. Very difficult build, but worth all the time. Okay. And I'm just going to put this back on. And we are ready to cook. So I'm going to roll this out the way. All right. And this is just like a quick overview. I'm going to have pictures in here so you guys can see it, but this is how it's going to look with the F1 car driving onto the stage. This is how it's going to look hanging up on my wall, everybody. Boom. Yeah. F1 at its finest. That's how she going to look. All right, everyone. This is the F1 Mercedes-AMG by Lego. VetsAndBricks. Please like and subscribe and share.